that can only mean one thing. We're doing another motor in the rain. Guys, I already started to make the video earlier, but I gotta set my phone down so I can get to work. But let me show you something here. I got another Avcon heat pump that I believe we came out here to do the TXV like at least 3 or 4 years ago. But I got out here. This is the no AC call. This customer has two. I think one is an Avcon and one's a Coleman. She has two heat pumps, two air handlers. The one on the second floor, she said that it was blowing. She couldn't feel any air blow out the vents last week. And guys, I got out here, air is blowing fine. But as soon as I got outside, I found this condenser fan motor locked up. Like the compressor was turning, but the fan motor wasn't. But guys, I gotta set this thing down, and I gotta set my phone down. I gotta get my charger. Hold on. I gotta get to work here. So I only been here for like almost 20 minutes. It wasn't too. You guys didn't miss much of anything so far. Let me see if I can set this down so y'all can see. Hold on. So guys, check it out. Right now, I'm just replacing this motor. Guys, this blade is still relatively new. It's in good condition. So I got my pulley puller hooked up. What I want to do is I want to remove the blade, and I'm going to replace the motor, but I'm going to keep the blade. So the only thing I just did was I just fastened my pulley puller onto the shaft, onto the hub. And now I got my vice grips, and I got my attachment. And this thing should pop out like butter. And the point is, you'll see this. The pulley puller locks onto the hub, so when I push down on the puller, it should go up. See that? Just like butter, baby. Just like butter for the bread. Now, guys, look, to each his own. I don't know what you guys use. I'm assuming you guys use a pulley puller, but look, I heard guys using torches and a hammer to take these blades off. Look, to each his own. As long as what you do works when you need it, then look, guys, do what works for you. But guys, the only issue with using a hammer, and I'm gonna show you. Hold on, let me move the camera around so y'all can see. So look, the only issue with using a hammer is that you see the flat part of that shaft. If I didn't know what I just told you, and I just started whacking the shaft, how to remove the blade that way, if this shaft becomes warped, if it's not flat, then it's going to get stuck to the blade, and you'll never be able to take it off. Now, guys, look, I heard some cowboy stories about guys whacking the shaft and heating it up and getting the blade out, but guys, that method never worked for me. I always had to use the pulley puller, and that's the best method moving forward. Now, guys, this is my second pulley puller using. I think my first one, it just got rusted over. I think I set it out. I had it set in the rain. I didn't really take care of that, but guys, like I said, these pulley pullers are what, maybe 20, 30 bucks, but for what it's worth, we use these for condenser fan motors and for blower motors, so it's definitely worth it. But all right, I gotta set this phone down. I gotta get back to business, guys. I gotta talk and I gotta work. Kelly, what do you mean pause? We grown men. What are you talking about, pause? I don't even know what you're talking about. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do here. Now, since the blade removed, I'm just gonna take this out the way, and I gotta get my I'm gonna get my new motor out the box, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna mount it. Come on, get them out of here. Come on, get a phone out of here. There we go. See that? I'm gonna set this down. And guys, most importantly, the most important thing you want to do, once you're done with this, put all your shit up. You do not want to keep this laying in the back of your truck because, guys, most of your attachments from your pulley puller, if you don't put all this back in the box or in the bag that it comes in, you're going to lose all your stuff. So if you guys don't already do it, make sure once you're done with every single tool you're using, make sure you put all your shit back. Otherwise, unless you guys like buying tools every other week and losing shit, it can get very, very expensive. I don't recommend you guys going through that. I already been there and done that. I just motor change on a condenser fan motor. Yeah. Yo, you know what's crazy? I was just telling the guys this. I just did one. I didn't make a video on this last week, but I did another one of these and it came right out. But like I said, you can actually see the indentation. I was only able to get the blade to move that much, but I couldn't get it out. I needed my pulley puller. But yeah, I mean, good shit. If you're able to get that blade out without the pulley puller, then look, that's a good day in my book. And guys, right now I'm in the middle of nowhere. I think my next closest supply house is like probably an hour away. So if I didn't have this and I had to get another blade, I would be royally screwed, my friend. I would be royally screwed. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the screws from the old motor off the housing. And like I said, guys, the rest of this is plug and play. But you'll see that in a second. Let me make sure I got all my stuff put up here. Let me make sure I got all my shit put up. I need a zip tie. And yeah, guys, right now my truck is a mess. Usually I clean my truck out after every install, but I did that heat pump yesterday, and guys, I've been running estimates. After I do the motor, I gotta go to another one, and I got another one on Monday. So guys, at this point, it is what the fuck it is. If I can survive to the weekend, I'm gonna clean it out this weekend. But yeah, guys, for the most part, you definitely want to keep your vans clean so you know where everything is and you don't start losing tools. But this is one of those rare occasions that, you know what, you just gotta survive, man. You gotta make it through the week. But all right, and also, once again, everything you're done with, make sure you put your shit back. I don't need the wrench set. And my 3/8 set screw, I keep all my small screws and assortments all in one place, so I'll at least know where everything is. I hope you guys are out there working smart, like I said, because if you start putting things down, your shit is going to blend in with the ground, and you'll never see it again. I already been there and done that. And whatever you lose, you might need that right before you start the unit. And now you got to start scrambling, calling supply houses. Guys, I recommend you just working smart and have a plan for what you want to do. And like I said, guys, this shit is like plug and play. You don't even have to think twice about it. Buy some sockets. I actually had one, but I gave it away a couple years ago. All right, I don't need this. All right, I gotta set this phone down, guys. I need both of my hands. I need both of my hands. All right. I'm done with this. I'll be right back. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Wow. Ooh. Yeah. What is it? What is it good for? All right. This is good. Absolutely nothing. All right. Now, I'm going to show you. I just put some penetrate oil. I never assume that screws are going or bolts are going to come out easy. So what I do, I'm not wasting the whole can. I just spray all bolts before I put my wrench set around it. And guys, these usually come out pretty simple. But I'm going to take out these mounting screws here. And once this old motor drops, I'll put the new one in place. And like I said, with the new one, you'll see I don't use my wrench set with the new ones. I got my socket wrench for that. And once I put the new motor onto the housing, I'll flip it, and bada bing, bada boom. Replace the unit, Jimmy. The unit is only it's under 10 years old. The unit is only like 7 or 8 years old. 16. What app do you use to give out estimates? What do you mean? We have a CRM that there's only about like 3 or 4 different CRMs. You have Service Fusion, Service Titan, House Call Pro. I don't know. I heard of Jobber, but I haven't used that. But our CRM, it does estimates. It records like job information, customer information. We have all that built into our CRM, but we use Service Fusion. But price it out. I won't recommend you buying the CRM that's past your budget. Make sure what you get, you're not blowing your budget on. A2L. Yeah, no, there's still some 14A units out there. So I'll tell you like this, probably within the next month, we're going to switch over, but most suppliers are starting to stock up on 32 and 454B units. But as of right now, like I said, we got a handful of suppliers that still has a handful of 14A units still available. What is it good for? I gotta get my metric. What is it good for? Nice. I'm a service tech in Cali. I bet you probably making like $500,000 a year, huh? You're working on AC units all year. Hey Jamie, I got a question for you. In California, what's the slow season out there? Like in the fall? Like we're in Pennsylvania, so like the slow season for us, it's usually like between September and October, and then I want to say like between March and April. But how does it work in California where you don't have a winter? Let me know if you guys have like a slow season or a shoulder period out there. I gotta find the right size wrench for this thing. I was just using this damn wrench last week. Now I can't find it. There we go. There we go. Here we go, guys. Let me show you. This is why I put, WD-40 penetrate oil, to each his own, but I put lubricant oil on these bolts, and I use a number 11 wrench, and see how easy they turn out. That's what I do. That works for me. That is what I do. I think it's gonna rain like this. I think it's gonna be off and on, but it was a downpour when I was on the way out here. But I think it's gonna slow down. But I was telling you guys, look, this is my second call. My first call, I was telling you guys, look at this. We used to have, this is our older umbrella. Now we have the magnetic umbrellas that connect to the unit, but I had my old magnetic umbrella. I got that in one of my other vans. I forgot that it was supposed to rain today. But yeah, guys, right now I'm just taking the mountain bolts off, and once I take the mountain bolts off, I'm gonna mount the new motor on, and we're gonna get this show on the road here. I just need both of my hands to do this. I need both of my hands. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. All right, guys. This is the old motor. What is it good for? Let me read y'all questions here. Hold on. We have a slow season, which is always the winter time, just to build urgency. Yeah, usually around January to May. But here's my thing though, Jimmy. Like between January and May, I mean, slow in California may be like busy in Pennsylvania. I never knew like how that dynamic works, because like it's only really slow for like maybe a couple weeks. But like right now, I want to say what, March? It was only slow for like maybe 2 weeks. In early April, once it got to like 80 degrees, that's when customers start calling us for maintenance. But I really didn't expect the weather to break like this until like late April, but it started to pick up since like early April. But that's interesting. I never knew it was like that in California. All right, now I think I need a 7.5 cap. Guys, one of my pet peeves, I always like having not a lot of space, but I hate working like in confined spaces because I hate losing shit I really need. So like, I'm just trying to work somewhat efficiently here because I'm not trying to lose anything I fucking need. Uh, 230, we need a 7.5. And that's exactly what we have, 7.5. What is it good for? And you guys see my shirt I made, shit, when was this? It was last weekend, about the orientation. Now, I didn't mention that on purpose because I wanted to go over that right now. I actually didn't even look at the orientation of the old motor, but I'm about to look at that right now. Let me take these screws off here. And these are going to be my mountain screws. I'm going to show y'all this in a second here. Let me take these screws off. All right, check it out. So the screws that come with the new motor, those are going to be mountain screws. And I use this. You can call this a deep socket wrench here, 11/32. I use this to tighten the new motor in. Experience Texas creating content. So hip hop fan. To be honest, most of what I do is vanity. Like I said, I can't even tell you why I started this channel. Like, someone asked me this like probably like 3 years ago. they're like, yo, Drew, how come you didn't record what you do? And like, I'm like, I mean, I feel like what I do is everyday shit. I don't really, it's not really like a rhyme or reason for it. Like I said, you know, most of what I do is like repetitive things, but I use the analogy of like if a tree falls in the middle of the wood and no one's around to hear a sound, like does it make a sound? Fuck yeah, it makes a sound. Like if I wasn't recording this, I'll still be doing the same shit. So like, I mean, we'll see how it goes as far as like what it turns into. But I mean, I have fun like doing this everyday shit. I kind of enjoy just going through the motions and like I said, getting at this day in and day out. But guys, I think it stopped raining here. Hold on, let me put this umbrella up. Hold on. I think it stopped raining. It's about damn time. It's about damn time. Cause I hate working underneath this damn umbrella. All right, guys, hold on. Let me get back on my dean here. Hold on. Orientation. If I had to put money on it, this will be clockwise. Yep. Guys, look at this. Check it out. So you want to put this motor, I'm talking the old motor, put this upside down like how it would be normally mounted, and you see the arrow? Arrow is clockwise, which is to the right. So, with that being said, look at this paper. Connections are shown for counterclockwise lead in. To reverse, switch yellow and orange lead. So, CCW is counterclockwise. That means it's towards the left. So right now, if I put this motor in, it's going to turn this way. But we need it to turn. I'm trying to do this shit with my hands. So look, the motor is going to turn that way. If I hook this up currently how the connections are, but I need it to turn this way. So see the yellow, orange, orange? I'm going to swap it. And that's going to change to the rotation of the whatchamacallit, of the motor. I'm looking through to make sure I didn't miss any questions here. People still use their heater in the winter, mainly. Yeah, that shit is crazy, man. I'm thinking like in southern states and in California, I'm curious how long a furnace or a boiler lasts. Since they don't use it like that, I'm assuming a boiler could probably last you like 30 years in California. In Philly, you'll be lucky to get through one past like 20 years before it starts leaking. Oh guys, I got a highway behind me. Like in Philly, you'll be lucky to get through one like past 20 years because you're probably going to have internal rust. It could start leaking water, or it could start leaking carbon monoxide. But I never, like I said, it's interesting you said that. I was always curious, but I never knew like how that dynamic works in like milder climates. I always thought you guys use heat pumps and like just hell with it. I never knew you guys use like fossil fuels in like milder climates. But that's cool. Alright, so now let me swap my terminals. Let's swap my speed with my colored wires here. And I'm gonna mount this bad boy up here. And I gotta go to the supply house before they close, guys, so I kinda gotta put a run to what I'm doing here. But I'll try to show you guys as much as I can. I got that. Now what I'm gonna do is put this on. My wrench. Put this one on first. There we go. Make sure I Some of that tight. Alright. Now once you get one on, that pretty much stops the motor from shifting back and forth. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about here in a second. Hold on. Hold up, guys. That one's in. Yeah, the call I came from. Listen to this shit, guys, right? The call I came from. I'm gonna put this video out, if not today, tomorrow. This guy had three carrier units, and I think he's one of our blank check customers. We've been coming out here for like at least the past 6 years. But guys, listen to this. This customer had one of his 3 units. I think this is the second floor AC. Listen to this. It's an R22 17-year-old unit, and I go out there for the maintenance, and the thing was like low on charge. Like the temperature, I wasn't even getting a 20-degree split. So I go out there to add refrigerant. I believe I used some NU22. I added some refrigerant, and as soon as I added refrigerant, that compressor sounded like it was getting ready to blow up. And my head pressure shot up to like damn near almost 400. Guys, like I'm gonna show you the outcome of that video later on, if not tomorrow when I post it. But sometimes, guys, you can't win with these 20-year-old units. The best thing you can do and the best thing the customer can do is get maintenance done on these units. But once you get past that certain age, I mean, the only thing you can do is pray that it works when the customer needs it to work. Otherwise, you got to replace it, you know. And I'll be lying if I told the customer that everything's going to last forever, you know. That's not how it's intended to work. You know, what we deal with is just machines. Machines got electricity going through it, and machines break. So, like, that's all there is to it, really. Maintain the machine, so it's a higher probability of it working when you need it to. That's all there is to it. But as you see here, I just got to tighten this ground screw up here. And first things first, you want to make sure your rotations are correct, which it is. Next, you mount it. And then what I'm going to do is I usually put electrical tape around here to keep it like in a single bundle, because the older condenser fan motor had like a piece of what the hell is it called? It almost looks like seal tight, but it's like a cover for the wires. But since the new motor has more speeds, it's not going to work the same way. So, but you still have to cover the wires nonetheless. You don't want to have a unit running with the wires exposed like this, because God forbid, once you put that blade on, anything that's hanging like this, it could potentially cut the wires, and now you got to come back out here for a recall to probably replace that motor. All right, guys, hold on. I need both of my hands here. Hold on. Hold up. I need both of my hands here. Make sure your screws are on tight. You do not want this damn motor wobbly. Like I say, guys, now's the time to be very, very anal about making sure everything is on here tight. Double check everything, because, guys, look, once you put this unit on and you run power to it, anything that you're iffy about, if something goes left, you're pretty much screwed. There's nothing you can do about it. So double check and triple check everything that you're unsure of. Make sure you know exactly what's hooked up. Make sure everything is tight and you're good. All right. Now I need electrical tape. I'm going to take the wires and what the fuck I do with my shit? This is why I hate having all this shit here. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Because I just had a brand new thing of electric tape. Now I can't find this shit. This is it. Here we go. But check this out, guys. You know what I was telling someone last night at the gym? Look, you heard it from me first. I think Luka Doncic is going to go to the Nuggets now this summer. I don't think he's going to resign to the Lakers. Remember, you heard it from me first. Because I think they coach, what's his name, JJ Redick, he never should have told the damn media that we all got to get in championship shape. Knowing damn well that's why Luka got traded in the first place. I trust me, I want to see it, but I think Luka's going to think about playing with Joker next year in Denver. But you heard it from me first, guys. He might resign with LA. I don't know what agreement they had in place, but you don't be surprised, man, if you see Jokic and Luka playing together next year in Denver. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. Where y'all think Luka is going to go? Or he might go back to Dallas, I think. I don't know. He might go back to Dallas. But now, never mind. That GM in Dallas gotta go before Luka go back. I don't see him going back to that guy, because that guy pretty much already he already took like almost 150 million from Luka. Like, they didn't pay him that much. They wanted, when Luka wanted that 350 plus million, but that dude fucked around and finessed Luka out of it. I don't think Luka is going back to Dallas. But I don't know why JJ Redick said that. I don't know. All right. Now that's good here. And we're just going to zip tie this to the grill. But everything is in one strand. Electric tape will fix anything. Nah, this this ain't a Philly special, guys. Look, I try to be honest and transparent. Like I said, I do everything by the book, but nah, this ain't a Philly special, guys. Look, I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing here. I can't find the other piece, but with the old motor, it had like a cover over it, but that won't work since we have more speeds. So I'll tell you what I do. Here's what works for me. I put everything in electric tape, put everything in one bundle, nice and snug, and then I zip tie it to the grill. And once I zip tie it to the grill, like I said, I never had any issues. Hey Corey, that's a hot take, but listen, nobody ain't talking about it. I really think Luka, it might not go back to LA. Nobody's talking about it because, like I said, they worried about LeBron. That's understood, but if he goes to Denver, this is another take for y'all, real quick. If Luka goes to Denver, I think he's going to be the villain of the NBA. You heard it here first, guys. But let's get back to regularly scheduled programming here. All right, look, check it out. All right, now what I'm going to do is one zip tie here, and then I'm going to put my blade on, and I got my 7.5 cap. And guys, that's all there is to it. I got another question for you guys. Which one you think is easier? You think it's easier to do a condenser fan motor or do a blow motor? I'm going to put this in the pose. I don't know how to do this shit. Hold on. I'm going to start a poll. Let me know what you guys think is easier. What's easier? I'm going to repeat this. What's easier? Is it easier to replace a condenser fan motor or a blower motor? Now, I know there's stipulations of each one. A condenser fan motor being harder to take out the blade, or a blower motor it may be harder to access if a blower motor is in the attic. But I want to know your opinion. What's easier to replace? I got a missed call. Hold on. Guys, my fault. I had to answer a text message. Basketball's a waste. I mean, I respect your opinion, but I like the competition of basketball. I think that's the beauty of sports. You see people do some extraordinary shit, and like I say, you like to see competition. That's all. But guys, check it out. I got my set screw. I'm gonna wipe that blade off there. I got my set screw. And I gotta clear some stuff out the way. I got a bunch of trash. Guys, I'm gonna set this phone down. Let me clear all this stuff up here. Hold on, guys. And the drain plug is, yep, all this is open. I took out the drain plug. Cool. All right, guys. Give me a second. Let me put this up. I gotta clear some space here. I hate having all this shit in my way. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. What is this? What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Sing it again. Wow. All right. I need 2 zip ties. And we're gonna get this son of a gun mounted. Zip ties right here. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. What is it good for? Alright, I'm gonna need the meter. Not that. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Now, guys, one thing I forgot to tell you. Hold on. Let me show you something real quick. And this is why when you guys use those pulley pullers, the pulley puller has 3 sets. Well, you can call them set screws. The set screws what mounts the pulley puller onto the hub here. But you never want to put the set screw from your pulley puller onto the set screw onto the hub. Because, guys, what you can accidentally do, if you warp that, there's no way the set screw it's gonna work now. So you gotta make sure you're careful when you place those pulley pullers onto the hub of your condenser fan blade. Make sure you don't line the hole up accidentally in front of your set screw for the shaft of the motor. So just be careful there. I made that mistake once, and I had to do some MacGyver shit. As a matter of fact, guys, look, I'm in all in all honesty and transparency, I made that mistake once, and I got lucky. I actually had to use a cone bit to round it out because I actually egged instead of looking like a circle, it looks almost like an oval. That's how bad I warped the hole for the set screw. But I used my cone bit, and I never heard from that customer ever since, guys. So that's not a position I want you guys to be in. Just make sure you're aware of where you're putting the hub for the pulley puller. And like I said, guys, you won't go wrong. You don't have to worry about that. But all right, I need both of my hands here. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. And another pro tip, what I usually do with my new motor, I put a little bit of lubrication oil on here. So if something happens and I have to take this out, it'll be easier to do versus trying to take this new blade off the new motor without any lubrication. So once again, 2 quick sprays and you're good. Don't get crazy with this. Like I said, guys, just you don't have to waste the whole can every time you spray it. Aim it, spray it twice, and like I said, you're good. And next, use your gloves. See that? And then next, you just line it. Put the set screw in, you're good. So let me do this here, and I'm gonna look at the questions here. Hold on. Hold up, guys. Hold up. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. What is it good for? Absolutely. Make sure this is lined up. Perfect. Perfect. And I like using gloves, guys, because like I said, I like putting a 1/4 turn pass snug on all my set screws to make sure my set screws don't accidentally become loose. And last thing I want to do is try to torque something, and now I sliced the side of my hand open. So guys, just work smart out there. Wear gloves. Make sure you protect yourselves out here. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Oh yeah, we got money. We are good money. All right. And guys, that's all there is to it. Everything else is just wiring this up. I use the high speed, cap off the low speed, and I wire this cap in parallel. Bada bing, bada boo. Any questions about that? Any questions about what bada bing means? Let me look at the volts. Oh hell no, y'all easier to do a condenser fan motor? Nah, y'all on some bullshit. Hell no. At least with a blow motor, you can take the whatchamacallit out. Let me show you something here. Hold on. Look at this, guys. Let me show you something. Look, real quick, for everybody that voted that it's easier to do a condenser fan motor, when the last time you took out a condenser fan motor? 5 o'clock, and I can tell you exactly the time and day when it's gonna happen. This is gonna happen next Friday when it's 90 degrees outside. This is your last call of the day. You go in a no AC call, you gotta replace a condenser fan motor, and guess what? You can't get the blade out. You hitting this thing with sandpaper, you hitting this thing with WD-40 penetrate oil. Guys, out of every 10 condenser fan motors you do, at least 3 condenser fan blades are going to be stuck to the motor. And I'm being modest with that number. With blower motors, as long as I can get to the unit, I can pretty much replace any blower motor. I'm actually surprised, guys. I thought you guys were going to go with the blower motor. But hey, I mean, if you guys are confident with the condenser fan motors, man, that's respect. I appreciate that. How much motor replacements? I mean, it depends on your divisor. I mean, every company has their own gross profit margins. That's when you got to flip it from HVAC to the business. If you know your margins, the only thing you need to know is how much it costs, and you divide it by your margins to get what you need to quote the job. I'd rather be watching the sport. I feel you. Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, I mean, I like the competition of basketball. That's why I like talking shit. I mean, especially me, I like debating shit and I like talking shit. So like, basketball lines up with my personality. But all right, guys, what I'm gonna do, I already started this video before I started the live with the diagnosis. But if I go around to the other side of this van, I ain't gonna get service. And guys, another thing with this live thing, I started the last live video. I started that on Wi-Fi, and as soon as I took the Wi-Fi off, it cut off the live video. So like, I don't know, guys. In some areas, it is what it is with these live videos. But guys, that's all there is to it. Just to recap before I let y'all go, all I did was I just took the old motor out, put the new motor in, and luckily we were able to save the blade. I had to use my pulley puller. And once I took the old motor out, took the old screws out, put my new mountain screws on, I changed the orientation to make this motor run clockwise, and lined up my set screw. And like I said, guys, I'm gonna wire this in parallel. This is gonna be a 4-wire setup. 2 browns go to my cap. Bada bing, bada boo. But yeah, guys, y'all tripping with this poll, man. I thought y'all was gonna say blower motors are easier. I still don't know. None of y'all gave me a scenario in which a condenser fan motor would be easier. Besides a condenser fan motor being easier to, not even to replace, easier to get to. I understand that, but like, guys, these condenser fan blades don't always come out like that. I told you, 3 out of every 10 condenser fan motors y'all do this summer, y'all will not be able to take the blade out, no matter what you do. So, yeah, guys, we got to pick this conversation up on the next live video. But guys, I got to get up out of here. I think this customer just texted me. I think she got to leave for work. But all right, guys, let me handle my scandal. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace out.